everyone, today for my teacher lesson, I will be teaching how to make pasta centinera. Our ingredients are penne pasta or any kind of pasta, diced tomatoes, 2 or sometimes maybe 3 tomato paste cans, mozzarella cheese,
Parmesan cheese,
sorry. You will need olive oil, parsley flakes, any kind of red wine, but tonight I'm using Estola. You'll also need black pepper. You'll need oregano leaves. And you'll need basil leaves. We also need hot Italian sausage, sweet chicken Italian sausage, peppers, and of course, the onion. You also need a cutting board and a knife. And that is our ingredients. The next thing you'll have to do is cut the onions and the peppers. You'll carefully slice the ends off. Then you'll bang this and the peel will just slip off. You might need to peel it off a bit, just like the way I'm doing right now. Then, when you're done with that, you'll take a pepper, very carefully cut it in half. Take the greens off. You might need a helper to do that with you, such as a grown-up. Then, you lay that aside. I'm going to show you how to cut. Now, be sure that you keep it like this so you don't slice your fingers off. So you're just going to gently tap onto the pepper until it's nice and soft. See that? I haven't cut it all. You at least need to put 2 of each of them in. Now, when you're done with all of this, keep it here until I tell you what to do next. Okay. Now, first, you take this big pot, be sure that you have the one with holes in it and it has something under it so none of the water comes out when you fill it with water, which I will do right now. Now you can fill it with either hot or cold. I'm probably going to do hot. Now it's about halfway full. You take it out and you put it on the stove and you turn the stove on. And you must have parents' attendance when you turn the stove on. And we're back with this big pot of hot water. And it is very heavy, so I would suggest having a parent around when you do this part. Now, you'll turn the stove on all the way until there's a nice hot fire burning right under. First, you take these 2, snap it, and hold these until you hear a nice click. Okay. Then you turn this clockwise until you get to the end, which I will do so right now. And that, boys and girls, is how you open a can. Let's see. If you stick your hand out, you feel gas coming up, which we've been learning in science, matter. I don't feel anything, meaning the water isn't ready yet. And you're just going to tip it lightly, and that's just enough. Now I'm going to turn on this stove to get this nice olive oil going. Now we got a nice good fire in that olive oil. We'll let that sit for a little while.
Ava's asked me to take this big, heavy cutting board filled with vegetables and put it into the hot fire, okay? And you see, these are all your beautiful cut onions and peppers, and you just slide them in there. It's a lot of nice vegetables. We've got nice hot oil, and we're going to start to cook the onions and the peppers.
And now we're going to use our sweet chicken sausage for the meat sauce. Now, there's 2 ways to do it. First way is you can be very careful and cut it open just a bit. Whoops. There. Then you just take it out of its nice little shell and you got meats. Now you're going to gently just tap on the side until you have about that much, maybe a little more. That's probably about how much you would need for basil leaves, oregano leaves, and parsley flakes. Ooh, look, all these vegetables look pretty good, huh? Oh, look at this! The water cooked fast. Look at that. So, we're just gonna churn this off until the fire is totally gone. So we can just wait until the water is ready for us to put the pasta in. Now we're just gonna take this and lightly sprinkle it everywhere. Then we're gonna take the oregano leaves and do the exact same thing. Then, finally, we're going to take the parsley flakes and do the same thing with that also. And then, we're going to take, then we're going to spin it a little. We're going to mix it a little bit. But be sure that you hold the handle very tightly and softly you mix this until it's very hard to see all these nice little toppings. I wanted to show you now that we're going to put these nice meats in to brown. Now we're going to lightly just let them all fall in. Oh, one more. And now, after you let the meat cook for at least 1 or 2 minutes, see how it's browning up a bit? Then you're going to take a masher and mash it up. Take your stronger hand. For instance, I am a righty, so I take my left hand, hold the handle, and use my right to mash the meat. Make it look nice and juicy. Doesn't it look appetizing? It's pretty much not almost done, but it's sort of close. Now if you come over here, as you see, I can show you how to take the lid off without hurting yourself. You press one side in, and then you can just slip it out. Isn't that cool? You can also do it with the big lid. Try and get as much as you can out of this, because you don't want to waste it, do you? All go out. And that is a quicker way. Then you're going to take the same spoon and nice and easy mix it up. We're going to nicely just tap it around. Tap it around. And it gives a little bit of flavor. Hi everyone, and now since the water is nice and boiled, we're going to add this amount of salt. I'm just going to take it now. Watch the water, it's very cool actually. We're going to sprinkle a little bit of cheese. Now, that much is about right. Now you just sprinkle it everywhere you want it to be. And that is how you make pasta San Gennaro. But before we start that yummy dish, we have to put, of course, the pasta. Now, you put your fingers on the spot you want it to stop, which would be about halfway in, and you lightly just let it go in until you get the spot you want it to be. And there's how you make it. And this is what pasta San Gennaro looks like when it's done. Thanks for watching my teach a lesson video.